Well, a showdown, if you will. President Biden canceled his trip to Chicago today. Lawmakers, they're continuing to battle it out over the best way to prevent a government shutdown. Funding set to expire at the end of the day tomorrow. What can they do? Our D.C. correspondent, Bofta Yimam, joins us live from Capitol Hill. Bofta Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is not biting her tongue. What is the impact to our economy and families if the federal government cannot pay its bills?
Well, a lot of folks, Sharon, forget that we're still in a pandemic, and the risk of a recession is something that she is saying will be very likely. You catapult that with the economic recovery during the pandemic, and she's saying we are going to be approaching an unprecedented financial crisis. Now, what this means for many of our viewers is that if they are receiving Medicaid, there could be big cuts to that. Free school lunches, big cuts possibly to that as well. 50 million seniors could stop receiving Social Security checks. Troops could go unpaid. So the level of this, when you add all of what I just mentioned, plus the possibility that after a default, what could happen to interest rates, how it could make life more expensive here, are all of the things that Janet Yellen is stressing. But despite all of that, right, we have the GOP who is saying, no, we will not suspend or raise the debt limit. We will not do that. And they are saying, Democrats, if you want this to happen, you're going to have to go at it alone. Take a listen to the words of Senator Chuck Schumer, who expressed harsh criticism to the GOP. Take a listen.
We're doing everything we can to avoid a shutdown, and we should put something on the floor. We hope our Republican friends will join with us in that. Who knows with them? They are so playing games with the American people, political, nasty, and destructive games.
Senator Schumer, once again, who's in control, if he brought a resolution this afternoon to avoid a government shutdown, I don't think there'd be any no votes. That's a good idea. I think he ought to do that, too, when he does the debt limit. And we would solve the debt limit. We would solve the shutdown problem. Senator Schumer's also, if he doesn't take some action, is going to allow flood insurance to expire for 5 million Americans.
Now, of course, as we've been talking about, Sharon, this entire week, the GOP, as we know, is familiar with what they did during the previous administration, suspending the debt limit 3 separate times and through bipartisan support, Sharon.
All right, both to you, Mama. We'll see what happens. As you said, the countdown is on. End of the day, tomorrow. We'll see what happens with the debt ceiling. Thank you both. Live in Washington.